Hello, dear children, and welcome to another episode in our magical dream world. Get comfy, snuggle up in your blankets, and gently close your eyes. Today, we experience a very special story with the forest animals who are searching for the northern lights. Today's story is called The Magical Journey to the Northern Lights. It was a quiet winter day in the big snowy forest. The trees were thick, covered in snow, and the ground sparkled like 1,000 tiny diamonds when the sun shone on it. All the animals were preparing for the long winter sleep. But on this day, a small group of friends had planned something very special. The fox, the owl, the rabbit, and the reindeer had decided to take a trip. A journey far to the north to see the northern lights. It was said that the northern lights could show the most beautiful colors in the sky. Green, blue, purple, and sometimes even pink. They wanted to see this magical light with their own eyes. "Are you ready?" asked the fox, his eyes twinkling as he tried to puff up his soft fur against the cold. "Oh yes!" the rabbit exclaimed excitedly, hopping in place. "I heard it looks like the sky is dancing." "This is going to be a big adventure," added the reindeer. "I'm looking forward to exploring the far north." The owl, sitting calmly on a branch, nodded wisely. "The north is beautiful, but also full of surprises. We must be careful." And so the four friends set off. The snow crunched under their paws and hooves as they trudged through the forest. The cold nipped a little at their noses, but that didn't stop them. The thought of the magical northern lights gave them the energy they needed. The path led them deeper and deeper into the snow-covered landscape. The forest around them grew ever quieter, and soon they were surrounded by a white, almost glowing blanket of snow. The sun slowly set, and the sky turned into gentle shades of pink and orange. "Look how peaceful it is here," said the rabbit, gazing around in wonder. "It feels like we're in a fairy tale world." "Yeah," whispered the fox. "I've never seen so much snow." As they walked on, it began to snow. The snowflakes were light as feathers and gently fell on their fur. Suddenly, they heard a sound, a low, deep hum that seemed to come from far away. "What is that?" asked the reindeer, perking up its ears. "I think it's the wind drifting over the mountains," said the owl. "We're getting close to the high peaks of the north. Up there, where the sky touches the earth, we'll find the northern lights." The friends trudged on until they reached the foot of a mighty mountain. The snow was so deep here that the rabbit almost sank in it. "That's too high for me," he cried. "How are we going to do this?" "Don't worry," said the reindeer with a smile. "Climb on my back, I'll carry you up." The rabbit quickly hopped onto the reindeer's back, and the fox joined too. Together, they set off up the mountain. The climb was tough, but the reindeer was strong, and the owl flew ahead to find the safest path. The wind grew colder and colder, but the animals pressed on bravely. Finally, they reached the summit. From there, they had a wide view over the snow-covered valleys and shimmering northern forests. "Look!" cried the rabbit suddenly, pointing to the sky with his paw. There it was. the northern lights. Green, blue and violet veils danced across the sky, as if the stars themselves were putting on a magical show. It was as if the sky was glowing and flowing, as if the colors spoke a language only nature could understand. "It's beautiful," whispered the fox reverently. "I never thought the sky could be so alive." The friends sat on the mountain peak and gazed at the night sky together. They were completely silent, and the only sound was the gentle rustling of snow under their paws and hoofs. "It feels like the world is dancing just for us," said the reindeer softly. "Yes," agreed the owl, "this is a moment we'll never forget." Time seemed to stand still as they watched the northern lights. The colors moved like veils across the sky, sometimes gently, sometimes wildly. The friends huddled closer together to keep warm and let the magical sight wash over them. After a while, the wind began to blow stronger, and the owl lifted her wing. "It's time to head back," she said gently. "Winter is strong here in the north." The friends nodded in agreement and started their way back down the mountain. The snow was falling thicker now, but they didn't feel alone. The magic of the northern lights seemed to guide them on their way back, and every step felt lighter. "I will never forget this journey," said the hare when they reached the valley again. "Me neither," agreed the fox. "The northern lights showed us something special. The world is full of wonders. You just need the courage to find them." When they finally returned to the forest, it was deep into the night. The sky was now black and sprinkled with sparkling stars. The friends said goodbye to each other and went to their warm, cozy dens and nests. "Good night," whispered the fox, snuggling into his soft fur. "And thank you for sharing this adventure with me." "Good night," the others replied quietly. And so they all fell asleep, dreaming of dancing lights in the sky and realizing that friendship is the greatest adventure of all. So that was our magical adventure in the far north for today. Maybe you've also seen beautiful winter landscapes, or you're dreaming of seeing the northern lights yourself, just like our friends. Because out in nature, the most amazing wonders are waiting for you. Feel free to tune in for my next story. And so you don't miss any, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to activate the bell. This way you'll always be notified when the next adventure begins. Now, I wish you a cozy night and sweet dreams of twinkling northern lights, shimmering snowy landscapes, and dancing colors in the sky. Until next time.